Welcome to SC Awards 2026. I'm Mike Shema. Joining me today is Ankur Shah, CEO and co-founder of Straiker. Ankur, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And absolutely congratulations on your award, Security Executive of the Year. I
Uh,
like it.
yeah, I appreciate the award. Appreciate the recognition by the SC magazine. Definitely credit to the whole team, but yeah, I really appreciate it.
And I like this kind of award and talking to people about this because it's more about very much about people. It's about community. It's about collaboration. It's about what your influence has been. So I'm curious, what are some of the ways that you really want to invest your time into the community?
Look, I've been in cybersecurity for now close to 20 years. And you know you're a veteran when you bump into somebody you know at RSA every 5 steps.
Yeah.
But in that process, like, look, I've been working with large enterprises, banks, healthcare companies, government to embrace new technologies. It started with mobile, internet, cloud, and now AI, but to do so safely. Technology can be a weapon for good or bad, and we'd like enterprises to use it safely, and that's where I help a lot of customers.
Yeah, and I definitely want to get to the business side of things in a moment, but focus on the people. What do you hear, running into friends and colleagues every 5 steps? What do you hear from them? What are they worried about today? What are they thinking about?
Yeah. Look, AI has brought a technology shift in the market unlike anything we've seen before. Like I said, I've seen all the previous shifts like mobile, internet, and cloud, and all of that pales in comparison to what we're seeing with AI. The rate of adoption of this technology is has been incredible. And if you saw one of our launches where we say Striker secures agents building agents, what enterprises are worried about is now these big agent platforms building millions of agents in the enterprise, which has access to the entire enterprise operating system, everything that the enterprise holds dearly, the infrastructure, the applications, endpoints. So while they want to have the autonomy, they want to make sure that autonomy comes with responsibility, and that's where we're helping customers.
Now, that's an interesting point you made too, because it was agents securing agents or agents building, securing the agents that are building the
That is
agents.
correct.
And I want to riff on that a little bit because you mentioned your background. You've been around for 20
Yeah,
years and I think you hit all of the major things, mobile, the internet itself, of
yeah,
course, cloud. I think you've background in DLP as
that's
well.
right. Yeah.
So you've seen all these things, and you said there's speed of agents. Obviously, that's what people are talking about. But why this focus on agents building agents?
Yeah.
It seems like you have a slightly different
Yeah.
conversation here than I've heard throughout the floor at
For
RSA.
sure. So look, when we announced last August support for Agentic Security, the idea was that the people who are building agents, the developers, was a monopoly of few. Only few people knew how to handle this weapon called agents. What has now happened, and especially the big shift happened post the Cloud Code launch in November, December, and a lot of innovations after that from OpenAI and
Yeah.
Microsoft and others, is now there are agent builder platforms that a citizen agent, a citizen employee, anybody can build. So now you have these builder platforms where you can build hundreds of agents to automate everyday tasks. That is a big shift that has happened in the last 6 months. And Cloud Code in particular is top of mind for CISOs, and you can build literally hundreds of agents to automate a bunch of tasks, which is all great. We want to do that. The problem with that is that these agents have access to everything that enterprises hold dearly.
Yeah, yeah, it's an explosion of the attack surface, and it feels too. I'll say just non-deterministic, probabilistic. We're talking about agents, but for me, it's like the controls don't seem as they seem fuzzier.
Yeah,
Is that what you're running into too?
it
How are
is.
you approaching that, or getting comfort or confidence that
Yeah.
you can secure it?
Yeah. So look, a lot of the security today is like network perimeter, firewall based or endpoint based. The reality is that the agents have no boundaries. Agents don't end at endpoints; they're everywhere. So the legacy security controls that enterprises are taking comfort in just simply don't work in the AI age. You need to build a purpose-built new stack where you got to discover agents wherever they are. But more importantly, you got to fight fire with fire. So you got to have your own agents and your own AI that's fine-tuned to understand good signals and bad signals. And that's the bulk of the work that at Stryker we have spent on really build agents and AI that's trained on millions of agentic traces, thanks to a lot of our work with like frontier labs and large enterprises. That's the difficulty. That's the shift that's happening in the market that customers are really liking.
And there's got to be, and for as much as we talk about agents, it's still people and still these connections. And again, talking about going on the expo floor, I'm curious that you've built a community around yourself, you contributed to the community. What does it look like what does that community look like in the world of agents? Are we losing that connection? Is there something else
Yeah,
that's
it's a great question. Look, I get asked this all the time from people of all age groups. What should I do in the AI age and agent age? Are you going to have something
people
or
have
not?
asked us? Yeah.
I think we should use agent and AI as a force multiplier, as something that will enable us to do bigger, better things. I'm a technology optimist. I've always been. Can do otherwise what we do. And the way to think about it is that, like, while an agent can do your tax and accounting, you need an expert to review the work that AI has done. While AI can write
Or some
software and
lawyers
engineer,
if they made some
or
mistakes.
some lawyers, or engineering tasks. Like a
Yeah.
lot of 80% of our work now gets done by AI,
Mm-hmm.
but guess who reviews it? The most experienced engineers review it. So, whatever your profession is, whether you're a security operation consultant, engineer, use AI as a weapon, build expertise, build the foundational knowledge that you need. And now AI is just another tool for you. That's it. So we should think about this as a positive sum, not a zero sum game.
And that kind of already is hinting at how to interact, how leadership should work with the company, how leadership should work with others. Do you see leadership itself also changing with agents? What does it? Yeah, what's the advice you give
I
there?
think so. Like, look, organizations are going to get flatter, much more flatter, and you're already seeing that with the mass layoffs across the board, Salesforce, Amazon. A lot of the middle management is going to have to either scale up or go back to individual contributor role. To give you an example, Striker, like, we are a flat organization. There are literally no middle managers, and we hope to keep it that way. And the idea is that if a customers need something, you want to get the farm to table as quickly as possible. And AI allows that, enables that. PRDs and specs write themselves, code write itself. As long as you have an expert reviewer, I think you can run a lean organization. And we're not that far away from having billion-dollar companies with like less than 10 people.
That's going to be pretty wild to see.
Yeah.
And even if they're that small, obviously, talking to customers is every business knows to do that. But how much do you hear from people that just aren't customers, people that are your peers or just peers within the industry? How important is it to listen to them, or what are you hearing from them?
Yeah, I think, look, the conversation is along the same lines. Whether I talk to fellow leaders, CEOs, CIOs, heads of AI, which is there is the sort of it's a bit of a quicksand situation right now. Everything is shifting so much. There is no standardization across any of the AI tooling, and the only guidance that I have, and a lot of smart people I talk to, is that rather than sort of really always be in a imbalanced situation, understand, take the knowledge the way it is. You don't have to be dogmatic about whether OpenAI wins or Anthropic wins, or just embrace the new technology, play with it, build something, and see if you can build something useful with these technologies. I think that's the best we can do right now.
Now, I'm going to guess you're pretty busy as CEO.
Yeah.
Are you working on anything on your? Are you building as a hobby as well, just with the agents? How are you interacting with
Yeah,
agents?
look, I have ordered a Mac Mini, just like a lot of people.
Yep.
I guess it doesn't count as a hobby because I'm going to get Mac Mini to automate a lot of everyday job. But look, outside of that, lot of my work, the sort of the non-critical work is a lot of blocking and tackling. And I want AI and my agents to take care of that, respond to my Slack messages when somebody sends annoying emails, automatically
A lot of
reply
those,
that.
yeah.
So I think we can automate a lot. I think a CEO's job can get significantly more effective and efficient with AI.
And then, so what does the year look like for both for Stryker, but also you personally?
Yeah, look, we have set ourselves a ambitious goal to at least 5x our growth.
Okay.
We have had a phenomenal first year. It's better than anything I've seen in my history, but for sure in the AI security space, nobody has seen the kind of growth that we have in just the first year. Again, thanks to all our customers who have really trusted an early stage startup with like less than 35 people. And we want to keep on earning that trust from the customers. We want to help more and more customers embrace agents, whether it's coding agents, productivity agents, and in that process, grow the business. So that's a main goal. We've got a lot of work to do in training our AI. And for me personally, like, look, this is the inflection point I've done in any company where if you're not careful, you can really start hiring B and C players. I've been very careful hiring A players so far, but as you scale, you tend to make mistakes. We'll still make mistakes, but I hope not to make the same mistakes again. So it's a lot of scale game at this stage of the company.
One of those challenges, especially speaking, ABC players, it can be really hard for new grads to even just demonstrate their skills and get the skills and mentorship underneath their wings. Do you have some advice for them? How can they approach this industry now?
Yeah, look, as I said earlier, like I get young people calling me multiple times a week, a lot of times. The average employee at Straiker doesn't look like me. Looks more like Amy or much younger. So there's a hope and there's optimism.
Cool. That's cool.
And that is because there are an entire cohort and group of people who are just born in the AI age. They are AI native. They don't know how to write a Python code, but they know how to maneuver the AI to write that Python code. So I think the opportunity is enormous for young people who can use these technology, learn the fundamentals of technology, and apply themselves. I think the future is brighter than ever before for those who really embrace this new tech.
Yeah. And it sounds like it also reinforces just what the focus of the company is, because if I understand correctly, it's not just what is this line of code, is this line of code secure that this agent wrote? It's more of what's this ecosystem or this environment around the agent, and do we give it too much privileges? Does it have too much access to data? Should it not be accessing this particular website or service, et cetera? That sounds like what you're doing.
Yeah, that's very important. You can think about Stryker as like the control plane for agents. And what it means is that let agents do what they do, but make sure that there is a good agent or a good AI that's monitoring, observing everything that's happening. Anytime it makes a mistake, creates a security incident like a data exfiltration, endpoint hijacking, the good agent is going to monitor that and block that malicious activity. That's it. Build agents, deploy agents wherever they are. Make sure you have a Stryker-like control plane, and you can get a sneak peek at the future quickly as possible.
Well, I think if there's going to be a motto, let agents do what they do, we'll let you do what you do, because as a security executive of the year, it seems like you're doing something right. So appreciate that.
No, it's truly an honor and privilege to be in the seat on behalf of the team and the community. Don't take it for granted, but I appreciate having me here.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Ankur.
Yeah, thank you, Mike.
And thanks everyone for joining us today. To learn more about Stryker, please visit securityweekly.com/Stryker RSAC. That's Stryker with an AI in the middle. And for all of the SC Awards coverage from Cyber Risk Alliance, check out securityweekly.com/RSAC.